Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the next video in the 2022.10 UiPath Studio updates. In case you are looking to the channel for the first time and you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel to get the latest updates. In the same series, in the part 1, we already have covered all of this agenda which you are looking on the series. The major highlight for the part 1 was the data manager panel, where we have explored that how I can use the data manager panel and what all are the possibilities of working with a data manager panel. Along with the data manager, 2022.10 had got us more updates in UiPath Studio. So that is what we are going to see today. In case you haven't already watched the part 1 of the video where we are exploring the data manager, I have put the link of this video in the description for a reference, so you can directly click on the link and watch the video, which is called the part 1 of 2022.10 release. For this video, this would be our agenda. We are going to mostly cover what exactly are the editors and the builders. There are various kind of editors which are available, such as expression editor. There is something which is called a duration editor. In terms of the builder, we have condition builder, collection builder, dictionary builder, and at the end we are going to explore what exactly is a filter builder. So this is the overall agenda which we are going to cover in this video. All of this we are going to do with the help of a practical implementation in UiPath Studio. So let's get started by looking at the first topic for today, which is called editors and the builders. So with the recent update in UiPath, dedicated input controls, editors and builders are available for the most common data types to help us configure the activities without entering the expressions. This might sound a little tricky, so we are going to simplify that for you when we go to the UiPath Studio. As of now, just remember, depending on the what kind of data type I am using, I can actually directly configure the activity in the designer panel, and I have got multiple options which are available. As you can see on the screen, I have something called reset to text builder, I have open text builder, open in advanced editor, and then I have something which is called use variable. Now you might be thinking what exactly is the use of all of this and how as a developer I am going to utilize it, right? So that is what we are going to see today. So the topic is editors and builders. Let's go to UiPath Studio and see how does it actually look. I am back in my UiPath Studio, and as you can see, let me click on the home and you would notice that I am in the 2022.10 version of UiPath. Okay, so the first thing first, I am going to go here and create a new sequence. I'm going to call this sequence as second day. That what exactly are we going to explore today in this one, right? My sequence is ready. Now, the first thing I wanted to do here is I want to create two variables. Now, if you are noticing here, I am no more getting the variables panel here, right? So this we have already explored that why my variable panel is not available. In case you have missed the previous video, you would understand that now we have to use the data manager which is available here, right? So let me go here and yes, variables are already available. I'll just remove everything from here and you can see now my variable panel is here. Let me go here, quickly create a new variable. I'll call this as str_name. This is of type string and I want to give it a default value of, let's say, UiPath, right? All of this we have already explored. So now what is the next thing? I want to create a new variable. I want to call this variable as, let's say, str_class maybe, right? And I want to pass a value something like second. Okay, so till now I have done nothing as fancy. I have created one string variable, two string variable actually. One is name and one is the class. Both have some default value. Now with this new update, wherever you have input property, we have an option to actually write the expressions and use something which is called editors and builders. Now what does that actually mean? Let me go to the activities and I'll take an activity which is called writeLine. Many of you might have already used this activity. This is a simple activity which is used to print an output value to the console. When I say console, this is the output value, right? So how actually you write something in the writeLine? So you simply go here, you type some message, let's say hello, and I wanted to use a variable. So I simply go here and I write str_name. We used to save this, go here and I say run the file. Now what would happen? The project will run and it used to simply give us the output in the output panel, right? So let us just wait for the automation to complete, and you can see in the output I am getting hello UiPath. Now this you might already know. The interesting part start when you simply go here and click on this button, which is a small plus button which is available here. If you click on this plus button, you would notice there are a couple of options which are coming, right? The first one is called Open Text Builder. When I open the text builder, you would notice this has opened the text builder for me. Now what exactly is this thing? If you notice here, this is already the text which I have written, so I can delete it. Now I want to create a huge list of text. Let's say I want to create a text which is having multiple plus variables. I want to append multiple variables. I want to concatenate it something, right? I want to do some of the text manipulation. Let's see how I can do it here. I can use something like this, hello. Let's say this is my first thing, right? Now I want to use some variable. So all the variables which we have created are available here. Okay. And then I want to use the class and I hit save, right? Now you would notice here, if I just go and open this in the advanced editor, UiPath has automatically created a proper string format for me where it is saying that hello, and then whatever output I was giving, it has automatically formatted in a string.format for me. If I simply save this, go here and I say run the file, right? What would happen? You would notice that this output is available properly in the output panel without me putting some extra plus anything. And that was possible with the help of something which is called the text builder. So if I open again the text builder, this is the text builder, right? Let's say between this text builder, I want to have some different character. Maybe I want to put a space. So what I have to do, I just put a space here and I can do it like this as well, right? After the string class, I wanted to write something like Mukesh Kala, and after this, let's say I want to use one more variable. So I simply go here and I say use one more variable. Then after that, I just, let's say, randomly put some text which says bye. Now if you notice here, this is the text which as a human I can easily recognize that what would be the output. Previously, the developer has to spend a lot of time in putting the plus, then put the double quotes, then put the value in the single quotes. If it is a variable, we need to think about where I should put a plus, where I should put a space. Here I can actually see that yes, after this I need a space. Here I should put a space, right? Here let us put a colon maybe. Once you are done, just click on save. That's it. The rest of the formatting UiPath will do it for you. You can always check it in the advanced editor like this, right? Let me click on save, go here and I say run the file. Okay. I'll just wait for the output and let's see how does this behave. Yeah, robot has started. And if I go to the output, you can see hello UiPath colon Mukeshkala UiPath bye, right? So whatever I wanted to write is actually available here without me writing much of the code, right? So this option is available in this one, which is called the Open Text Builder, where you can actually build the text, right? So let's say you don't want this double quotes, remove this, right? I don't want this, I don't want this, you can remove this. Okay, and once you are done, just click on the save and go here and run the file, right? You would notice that the proper output is coming. So let UiPath compile this, and if you see the output, hello UiPath second Mukeshkala UiPath by, right? I do not have to actually write the complete statement, right? So that option was called the text builder. Now text builder is now embedded in the write line activity. So we have seen how what exactly is a text builder. Then the next option is open in advanced editor. You can always click on this and it will open this advanced editor for you, where you can do all the manipulation in case you wanted to do anything. The next bit here is, if you simply go here, you would see something which is called reset to text builder, right? As soon as you open the text builder here, you would see that UiPath has put the formatting complete thing here. Now as a developer, you might feel that I am not liking what it is written here, a lot of double quotes, a zero and all, right? Let me just quickly reset to text builder. Now you are seeing actually the thing what you have actually built in the text editor. One more interesting thing which is available here is, you always can go here, click on this plus button, and you can use this option which says clear the value. Now what would happen? As the name suggests, it will clear everything from the write line. What else I can do here? If you remember, whenever we used to write our text and I wanted to have the text in different lines, right? First line, second line, third line. I used to always append with something which is called environment dot new line, and then I used to write some of the plus, and then we have to create a string. With this new one, if I simply go here and I say open the text builder, I use some variable, let's say this, I hit a enter, which means that in the next line I want to have hello. Okay, let me put it like this. After this, I want to use one more variable called class. And if you notice here in the text builder, I have put everything one by hitting an enter. If I was doing this in the older version, I would have to write environment.newline or VB line break, something I have to use, and then we used to save it, and then I used to get the proper formatting here. With this new one, you just have to write the text in what format you want, and you just click on save. That's it. Rest of the work is done by UiPath for you. I hit save, go here, and I say run the file. Now we'll just wait for the robot to execute, and in the output I can see that UiPath, hello, and the second are coming one line one by one, right? So this option is also possible with the help of the text builder, right? And nonetheless, if you want, again go back to the previous one, you always can come here and write whatever text you wanted to write to use the write line in the traditional way, right? So I hope you understood the concept of editors and the builders. Now whatever we have shown is not only restricted to the write line activity. Okay, so if you go here and let's take an activity called input dialog. If you see here, we have something which is called value entered, right? Use a variable to save the value entered by the user. You can go here and you can see that use variable. I can directly store the value here. You can directly use this option to manipulate the inputs directly like this. Okay, and clear value, right? So depending on the type of activity you are using, you would have this option which is called the open in advanced editor, that will open it in the way it used to open. But if you see this plus button, click on this plus button and you can directly use the variables like this. So that was about editors and builders. Depending on the data type, we can actually configure the activity properties either directly from the activity card in the designer panel or by opening the editor in the builder separate window. Okay, so now let's move forward. The next update which we are going to discuss today is called the expression editor. Now, the expression editor is available for most activity properties. It project includes some of the new features such as intelligent code completion for variables. In case I am using a string variable, so if I put a dot, I'll get all the methods of the string class: arguments, method, property, class, namespaces, constants, and the keywords. Expressions can be written on multiple lines. This we have already seen. We can create variables argument using the control plus k and the control plus m method directly in the expression editor as well, right? And the best part, we can use control plus f inside the editor to open the search and replace capabilities. This is what I am going to show you next, which is called the expression editor, and what are the things which are available here, right? So let's go to UiPath Studio and explore this. I am back into my UiPath Studio. I'll just delete this input dialog as a while. Now this is the right line which we have been already working on. Let me go here and clear the value. Okay. If I simply go here and open this in the advanced editor, one option is I can always go and use the existing variable, right? But let's say while using and writing the expression, I felt a need of a new variable. So previously I used to go back to the variables panel, create it, and then use it. With this update, I can simply come here, hit Control plus K and set a new variable, right? Let me call this as, and hit enter. New variable is created, right? So because these are the strings, so I need to put a plus between them. Okay. Now let's say after this I wanted to print some of the string, right? So let's say this is a sample string maybe. Okay. And after that I want to create a new argument, so I hit Control plus M and I want to create an argument, let's say in underscore arg, and hit enter. You would be noticing that on the fly I am actually able to customize the expression editor. If I simply go here and hit on save, and let me just go back to the data manager, you would notice that these two variables we already had, right? String name and the class. This is the new variable which we have got. Let me just put a default value here, new val. Okay. And whenever we create an argument, so as you can see I am not getting the arguments here. That is because the arguments is turned off. This we have already explored. So I'll go in the argument, direction is in by default, so I'll go here and I say that this is the argument value, right? Now let's say these values are coming from a different workflow. I'll hit save, go here and I say run the file. Now if I simply go to the output, you would notice UiPath new sample string, whatever we have printed is available here. What is the new about this thing is I actually do not have to switch between the variables panel, argument panel, then go to the right line, then write an expression. I can actually do all of this bit in a single text builder in the advanced editor directly like this, right? I simply go here and all these things are available here for me. One other option which UiPath has given us is the Control plus F. This Control plus F is a pretty interesting thing. You can just think it like that I have a huge list of string, okay? And now I want to find where exactly is str name, right? So this is absolutely simple. I can go here, str name, hit next, and it is telling me that yes, this is your occurrence. But if you simply click on this button, it will actually going to show you an option which is called replace with. What exactly you want to replace the str name with? Now, do you want to replace the next or do you want to replace everything? Let's say we just want to replace the first one with a new, let's say string, right? Or with a new variable. So I just go here and I type str underscore new where. That is the new variable, right? And the other options are, do you want to match the case, right? All the regular expression string formats exactly are available here. Search up, do you want to go to the up, down, everything? And the last option in the document or in the selection, right? So I just hit to the stick to the say and I click on this button which says replace, right? And now you see it is being replaced by a new option. Now this str name is no longer available. I click on here and it does not show me anything. Click on save and you would notice that the value is now updated, right? So the shortcut is Control plus F. Now if I just open it again, you would see I do a Control plus F and you would see that now there are two instances of the new variable. If I want to put a new value, I'll just put a new value something like this and I say replace all and hit save, and the complete string is updated, right? Because of some syntax error, it might give you error because Mukesh should be in the double quotes, right? So I just go here and fix this as well. I can put it in double quotes, right? Now I do not want to update it in the complete thing, right? So let me do a Control plus F and wherever you see Mukesh, just update Mukesh with double quotes and replace all, save. All the errors gone, right? So I hope you understand the concept of the expression editors and how you can introduce the variables and the arguments while doing the text manipulation, and this Control F feature is pretty handy, right? I personally like the Control plus F and the replace capabilities very much. If you also like this feature, just comment replace in the comment and I would understand that you guys actually like this replace capability same like myself. Okay, let's move forward. The next thing is date and time selector, right? Now there are many activities in UiPath which actually works on the calendar and the time. This update is applicable to all the activities which accept the input in the form of date time variable. You have got a new date time selector. How does that look? Let me go back to UiPath Studio and show it to you. I am back in my UiPath Studio and let me take an activity called postpone transaction item. Now you might be thinking, why postpone transaction item? Because this is an activity which actually take as an input of a calendar. Now previously, whenever we used to use this activity, we used to give the time format by ourselves. But now with this update, you would notice if you click on this button, the postpone means that whichever items you are adding to the queue, for how much time you want to postpone them. Let's say I want to postpone them for the next 5 days. So previously I used to have to write the date time here, right? But now I have got this option. This very nice calendar is available here, very intuitive UI and a very good update. I simply go here and click on 24 for what time, and now see this till 6:10, right? That's it. And if you see, this is available for me. Now you can always customize this, right? So this option is available here. So this was the date and time selector, and this is applicable to all the properties of the activity that accepts the input in the form of a date time. One such example of an activity is the postpone transaction item, right? Again, the same thing. If you like this thing, let me know in the comments by just typing date and time. Okay, let's move forward to the next feature of 2022.10, and the next feature is called the duration editor, right? Pretty simple, pretty basic, but a very good update, right? Let me quickly show it to you in UiPath Studio, then I'll come back to the slide. Okay, I am back into my UiPath Studio. So for a while, I'll just collapse this activity and let me just put an activity called delay, right? So in UiPath, we have an activity called delay where actually we put time and the UiPath automation delay for that particular amount of time. Now what is so special about this activity and this update, right? So if you simply go here and click on this, one option is you have to write the time, right? So if you are coming from an old development time, we used to write the time 00:05:06 and then we used to evaluate whether it is hour, minute, second and all those bits, right? With the new update, you simply have to put your cursor on it and just use the arrows. As soon as I hit my keyboard up arrow or the down arrow, you would see these things changing. Now let's say I want to delay my automation for 5 minutes. I come to the minutes and I am just tapping my keyboard to increase it. 16 minutes, 20 minutes, like this, right? I am just increasing it from my keyboard. I want to do it for 1 hour, put it on the hour, do it like this. I want to do it on the seconds. That's it. Interesting, right? So this option is also available for all the activities which have the time as an input. So you have the date here, and if you go to the time here, see, in the postpone activity, right? Wherever you have time, you can use this like this. And I can go here and I can use this as well. Not only on the time, you can actually use this in the date also, right? Using the keyboard up and the down arrows, you can actually change the date and the time. How cool is that, right? So that feature is called the duration editor, and that duration editor is applicable to all the activities which are having hour, minute, second and the dates. How we can use that? You simply have to type in any value and then you use the up and the down arrow to increase and decrease them, right? This is available to the property that accept the time span variable. Example of such activity is delay, right? This is an interesting update. I am liking this update, right? In case you also like this, comment duration so that I know that you also enjoy this feature. Okay, let's move forward, guys. The next option is something which is called condition builder. When I uploaded the first video, somebody commented on my video that what they have done to the if activity, I am not liking it, right? And the same goes for the if, while, any of the conditional activity where you have to write condition, right? People are getting confused that how do I use it? What is this thing? But actually, if you go into the deep dive, UiPath has introduced something which is called a condition builder. Now, what exactly is a condition builder? Define a true or a false statement in that activity, and then you actually decide how do you want to continue. So that we already know. But with the help of the condition builder, we can actually build the condition with the help of a user interface rather than writing a query. What exactly that mean, right? Let me go back to my UiPath Studio, and if I go to the data manager, I can see that I have got 3 variables: name, class and the new variable. Okay, let's say I want to write an condition. So what do? I go here and I use a if condition, right? So I take the if condition like this. Now, if else, this look absolutely simple, right? Whatever you want to evaluate, just write the condition here, then the true block and then the false block, right? Now, where exactly can I found the new condition builder, right? So for that, you have to click on this one and your cursor, your design would change something like this. Click on this one and you should open something which is called a condition builder. Now, what is so special about this condition builder? Once you are in this condition builder, you actually can write a condition using multiple statement and multiple variables, such as, let's say I want to write a condition where I can use the variable called str name is containing Mukesh, and then I want to add one more condition that my str new variable contains hello. Now, is it an and or is it an or? For me, it is an and let's say save. Now, if you notice here, if both this condition are true, then I want to execute this. But if you see here, UiPath has evaluated this condition and written this condition for myself. Rather than me going here and writing this complete condition, UiPath has actually written the condition for me. And at any point of time, if you feel that this is not relevant, you can actually go and change this condition here. I can delete this, save this, I can add more condition. If you still want to use your own condition, you are free to write your condition directly here, something like this, right? So you can always come here and use this dot contains your previous way, right? If you want to use the new feature, you have to simply click on it and that will open a condition operator for you. Now, if you see here, all these options are available. Let's say you are using an integer, numeric, you want to check null, you want to check a boolean variable, you can use true, false, anything. So this is a condition builder which is available, and that will help you to write a complex condition with the help of a user interface. And the best part, whenever you want to change it, you can simply come here and change it, right? So this opens the advanced editor for you. This you would see the complete expression here, and this advanced editor is the same thing which we have seen in the previous demos, right? So you have two options here. One, actually I would say three options. One, you can directly write the condition as we used to write previously. That does not change anything. Next, you click on this one. That will open the condition builder for you. Once you have built the condition and you want to edit it, you can use this one which says open in advanced editor, and that will give you this complete expression here to customize, right? And the output of the condition should be always a boolean, either true or either false. So whatever you want to do in true, put those activity here, and whatever you want to do in false, put those expressions or the activities here. The next feature which is available is called a collection builder. With the help of the new update, we can actually create a collection of items of the same type. This is applicable to the activities which work on collection, such as build the collection, append item to the collection, upload the file, and all those bits. Now, whenever you have to create a collection, first you have to use a button which says add the entry. You add the first item, and then you will get the collection automatically created with the correct data type also selected. What exactly that mean? Let's explore the same in the UiPath Studio. I am back into my UiPath Studio. So let me quickly go here and clear the canvas. Okay, I'll save everything. Go here in the activities and search for an activity called build collection. Now, as soon as I drag and drop it here, it looks something like this. Let's try to add first item in the collection. Okay, so if I simply take an example of a company, let's say I am building a collection for the departments of my company, and the first department is the HR. Now, once I have added this HR, as you can see that I have added in the double quotes, it will automatically create a collection for me, and the type of the collection would be string. Okay, now in here it is asking me what all elements you want to add in the collection. But before that, let me show you this option which says advanced, show me the advanced option, and where do you want to save this collection. So I go here, hit Ctrl+K, and I create a variable called collect. Now what would happen? UiPath will automatically create a new variable for me which is called collect. Where can I see that? You can go to the data manager, and in the variable you see that the collect, and if you hover here you can see it is of type system.string. Now the question arises, Mukesh, I want to change it. How can I change it? You simply have to go here, click on this drop down, click on this guy which says browse for type. That will open this complete .NET types for you to change the data type. Okay, this we have already explored in the previous video, so I hope you are comfortable here. Now I have added the first element, and we are telling UiPath to save the output in this collection. Now I want to add new items to this collection. So previously, if you remember, we used to have an activity called add to collection, and then we used to add and iterate and do all of these bits. With this new update, you simply have to click on this one which says open the collection builder, and then you just put the value. The next department, let's say for me, is IT. Add entry. The next department for me is legal. Add an entry. The next department for me is, let's say, finance. Once I am done, you can always click on this, delete, add, remove, open the advanced editor, All these options are available here as well, right? Use the variable, this we have already explored. So once you are done, click on this guy which says save. Now if you're seeing, it is intimating that you have 3 items in the collection. How can I actually validate that how many items I have and if they are already added or not, right? So let me go here and I take a right line. Okay, in the right line I'll put a breakpoint here and I simply say debug the file. Now in the debug mode, I'll actually show you that all these items are part of the collection and UiPath has automatically added it to the newly created collection, right? Here I am only able to see HR, but when I run it in the debug mode, you would see that I have a list of string. The name of the variable is collect and all these items are automatically added here. The size of the list is 4 items and HR, IT, legal and the finance are part of it, right? So that is how easy it is with this new update. With the help of the build collection, you can actually go and do this. In any point of time you want to change it, click on delete and save. That's it, right? This is an example which we have shown. This you can use in append to the collection, upload files. Wherever you have an input of collection type, you can use this collection builder to actually add items to the collection. If you like this feature, comment collection in the comments and I would understand that you like this feature of collection builder. Okay, moving forward, the next we have something which is called dictionary builder. Same like collection, we have something which is called a dictionary. Now what exactly is a dictionary? Dictionary is a key value pair where you have key and you have value. A classic example of the dictionary is a config file, right, which is created when you are working in a robotics enterprise framework. In case you are new to robotics enterprise framework, we have a complete playlist on RE framework with real-time examples to practice. You can watch the playlist links which are available in the description. With the 2022.10 update, we have got something which is called the dictionary builder. Same like I have shown you the collection builder. In the similar fashion, I have something which is called a dictionary builder. An example of this is an activity which is called add log field. Now add log field is an activity which is used to add additional information to the orchestrator logs. And the input type for this activity is a dictionary. Now this dictionary builder is embedded in this activity and let's try to explore how does that actually look like. I am back into my UiPath Studio, so I'll go here and I'll take an activity called add log field in the logging, and you would see here this is asking for a collection, right? I go here and this has opened the collection builder for me. Now if you see at the top, it says that I want to create a log field, just provide me the key and provide me the value, right? What is the type? Now for the key, let me just go here and say something like this: name, add an entry, and let's me go for a new one, class, add an entry. I would say that my number, I can change this to integer. The name is Mukesh, the class is maybe first, and the number is something like this. Okay, so I have created a dictionary and I hit save. 3 items in the dictionary. Now when this activity is executed, all this information would be available in the log messages of the orchestrator, right? So that is how easy UiPath has made it to create the dictionary, and this feature is called the dictionary builder. Okay, so dictionary builder would be useful whenever you want to create a dictionary in UiPath. It has 2 fields, one is the key and the other is the value, and you can actually customize everything directly in the UiPath wizard as well. Okay, moving forward now, the last builder for today which I want to discuss is called the filter builder. Now filter builder is a pretty interesting one, and the best example for this activity is the email activity. As we know, whenever we have to use email, we use something which is called get Outlook mail messages, get IMAP mail messages, and the output of this activity is a list of mail messages, right? Now, when I iterate this condition, before iterating, let's say I want to add additional filters. With the help of filter builder, we can actually customize all of this, right? Let's try to see the same thing in UiPath Studio. I am back into my UiPath Studio. So let's say we are writing an automation where we are getting the data from Outlook. So I go here and I get Outlook mail messages, right? I'll go to the properties, and in the output I say control plus K, and I say that these are my all the mails in the mail variable, right? Now as soon as I hit control plus K, you would notice that in the data manager, which is this guy, I have got a list of mail messages, right? So that is what a get Outlook mail message gives us. Now to iterate the email, I'll go to the activities and type here for each, and we would see something which is called for each email, right? This is available for each email. It is asking me where are all your emails. So my emails are available in this guy, which is called mails, right? Now, if you see here, I have got something which is called additional filters. If I click on this, I can write additional filters such as if my sender is Mukesh dot, okay, let's say Mukesh at the rate outlook.com, right? So that's random ID, right? And my let's say subject contains hello, and let's say it is sent to the admin. Okay, any condition you can write. So the idea here is we can actually use this expression to write additional filters as per the activity. So when we are working on the Outlook, the filter would be the to, subject, date, body, CC categories. All of these filters we can customize here. Once done, simply click on OK. And now what this activity does, all the emails one by one would be available in this variable for you. The name of the variable is current email. This is the name of the reference that you will use. And then whatever you want to do with those email, you can write actually it here, right? So I hope you understand what exactly is this option, which is called the filter builder. You can simply use this option in the mail filter collection, something like this: attachment name, date, time. If you can see here we are using something called attachment name, contain reports. If the date and time is newer than this option, use this, otherwise don't use this, right? So all this filter builder is also embedded in the activities now with 2022.10 update, right? So this was the last builder which I wanted to explain you today. I hope you understand what exactly is a filter builder. Okay, so that is all for this video. Let's quickly recap. So today we have seen what are the different editors and the builders which are available. We have seen how I can use an expression editor to use and write expression in the if activity in the write line activity. We have seen there is a new interface which is applicable to the date, time selector, duration editor. We have also seen that in the condition builder of the if activity, I can do a lot of intelligent automations. We have also seen that with the condition builder, I have got more powers to write more condition, and also we have the traditional way as well. Collection builder and dictionary builder are something that will help us to directly add or remove item from the collection directly with the help of UI. And lastly, we have seen there is something which is called filter builder, which actually help us to write more complex filter directly within the activity without writing additional code, right? So this was all about 2022.10 UiPath Studio update, that which we have covered today, right? So I hope you understood all of this. In the comments, I would request you guys to let me know which is your favorite feature, and I would appreciate your feedback on this video. Having said that, I would like to wrap this video here. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please do subscribe to the channel and Happy automation.